he was born with spina bifida, which is a birth defect of the spine. So with that, his mobility was limited due to that medical condition.
When we first learned about Spin for Kids, just taking him to therapy. His physical therapist mentioned it to us. We talk about different equipment we wanted to try or different things we wanted to do with him, and did our first application then. Well, when he was very young, like 2 or 3, we wanted to, be outside more and go for bike rides and things like that together. And so the first thing we ever applied for was a little bike that he could pedal with his legs and his arms at the same time. And it had a big handle on the back, and so we could help push him if we needed to. But that way he could get some therapy in while having fun with the rest of us going for a walk as a family. Rather than being pulled in a wagon or something like that, he could feel like he was riding bike or going with us on his own instead of being carried or pulled like he had been when he was younger.
It was
So that was the first thing we got.
And kind of that start of him being more independent, just like any of the other kids would be, and being able to propel himself and move with the other kids.
I'm Steph, and I'm part of the Spin for Kids Allocation Committee.
I'm Tiffany, and I'm also part of the Allocation Committee. The Allocation Committee is a group of ultra professionals who get together 4 times a year and go over the applications that have been submitted for these funds.
Money goes towards families with needs that have items that aren't covered by insurance or any other funding. We have helped fund fencing for a child with autism that is at risk for running. We also help with weighted blankets, weighted vests for those with sensory issues.
We provide modifications for wheelchairs. A lot of families or community members are not aware that family members or people in wheelchairs are only allowed to get a wheelchair once every 5 years. When you think about a child, how much they grow from the age of 4 to say 9, that's a big leap. So thankfully Spin for Kids can step in and help with those kind of costs.
That's been the newest thing we
been
got
the
from
big
Spin
thing.
for Kids
Yeah.
was his track chair. So one of the first things we ever did with it was take it on a hiking trail, and then we all could just walk along, and he was just driving along by himself. And that was a first for us that we'd been able to do. So that was good.
It helps me get around better on gravel and dirt and in mud. But with my normal wheelchair, I can go through water. I go splash.
For us to be able to get out and do things that are active and things that we see as normal, Spin for Kids has helped us do that.
So my mom was involved in Spin for Kids since the first year, and she would always talk about it, and I was always really interested in it. And my brother got in his accident that year, so that gave me the motivation to start a team. Spin for Kids has also helped my family and my brother pay for his manual chair and among other things, so we are very grateful to Spin for Kids for that as well.
So definitely the year I got involved was the year Jillian's brother got in the accident. So that's when I started to really understand, knowing that you're making a change in the community and the environment that Spin for Kids gives to everyone.
It's crazy. I feel like everyone just has a bunch of adrenaline because I will tell you, the 20 minutes on the bike is not that fun. But I feel like you're just pumped to ride and get it over with, and also the awards at the end. Everyone's very anxious and excited to see how everyone did. So it's an amazing experience.
2 things. First of all, what Spin for Kids is all about, and it's about raising funds for local kids and families. I love that idea. And you end up knowing some of these parents and some of these families. So that's a major part of it, to know that we're helping some of those families. And the second one is the event itself. If you haven't been to a Spin for Kids event, you have to go. I tell everybody that. It is so much fun. You have no idea how much fun it is. The other thing about Spin for Kids event is that it has become an entire community event. So the YMCA donates their bikes. I think the University of North Dakota donates their spin bikes. We do. So all those bikes, Mike Garcia, who brings all those bikes from all those facilities to the school, couldn't do that without him. With all the volunteers and the families that support the riders, yeah, it's a huge community event.
We are so grateful to Spin for Kids for everything that they have provided for us. And I know that all the other families that have been helped by Spin for Kids are very grateful.
Yeah, and you know, it's just such a relief to know that when we hear of a different type of equipment that would help him be independent in the activity we all want to do together, that we know there's a place that we can go and get assistance with that if insurance won't cover it. And it's just a big relief to know that we can have some more help that way, to make him more independent and involved with what we're doing, and so he can do it on his own.
And that's where Spin for Kids has been a real blessing to our family.
Spin for Kids!